right, here we go. Program design. Need a little music to do that. Gotta have some music for our program design. Okay, so a little background before I get into teaching because I want you to know what they've already done. Otherwise, this might not make sense. Okay, so just a little bit of background. I'm gonna go as fast as I can on this part so I can get to the others. All right, so what they've already done is they've already built out a format of classes for a month, and they've already built out their strength for a month. That's the short end of it. The format, just a longer end of it, they've chose different types of classes. So whether it's a fartlek or whether it's a Tabata or whether it's a 20-20-20 or a circuits or a game day. And they've built that out based on recommendations and looking at safety and some of the stuff that they like to do too, but also looking at keeping people safe. All right, so then they've also built out a strength based on how many days a week they're working out with them. Looking at a exercise for major muscle groups, and then they progressed it out for the month as far as week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. So that's what we've already done. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at cardio, and as far as building that out. That one takes a little bit more time, but we can also do some repetition. So it kind of saves time at the same time. Ha ha ha. All right, so the first thing we're gonna look at is we're gonna look at our format that we've already put down, because this kind of gives us an idea of where we're gonna go in the direction of cardio. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at my week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. I'm gonna start with the first type of workout. And the first one I have is a 20-20. And I see it's in my first week, second week, third week, and it's in my fourth week. So I'm gonna look at that for each type of workout I have. And that way I can look at the charts that we have for cardio as far as progressions and the way to move people through as far as the weeks go and building out the workouts. So within the charts on your handout, and I can give those out to you guys, we've got different types of cardio, because if you just think of cardio, some people just think, oh, I'm going running or I'm going biking. But there's many different ways that you can format your class on that, and shoes. So that would be the first thing. And then you're looking at the next chart has the weeks of the class. So whether it's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, there's a section for choreography. There's a section for HIIT Tabata, and the HIIT Tabata one and circuits are kind of based on time and the amount of exercises at one time and rounds. And the way that was developed was based on how I've trained runners and how you only build up so much each week, and the same thing with training regular clients to keep injuries from happening, but also you don't have to go 100% each of the times to get an effective workout. And that's something, the reason why I put that chart in there. You don't have to do full-blown 4 Tabatas in a row kicking butt to have a good workout. And that's the reason behind planning this out, is to make it easier. Spend an hour, get your month planned out so that you can have the time to focus on the word and focus on bringing the presence of the Lord into the workouts. All right, so let's take a look at doing the HIIT Tabata one. So HIIT Tabata, here we go, HIIT Tabata. So HIIT is high intensity interval training. So we're gonna be doing some intervals that first week. So I've got it in week 1, I've got it in week 2, and I've got it in week 3. So the recommendations based on the chart, we're looking at first week, 20 to 30 seconds, 2 to 3 exercises, and 2 to 3 rounds. So let's see what that looks like. And we're also going to talk about putting our strength in with this too, since we already have that built out. All right, so here we go. So first of all, we need to find 2 to 3 exercises. I'm going to choose 3 exercises, and they're going to be semi-simple. And if you look at the chart, it'll show you as you move through the weeks ways to make things more challenging little by little. So like I said, we don't overdo things. I think I did that like the first years of training, just wanting to kick the crap out of people. I know it sounds bad, but at that point it was like, ooh, if they were really hurting, they had a good workout. Not so. And I'm so glad that my brain is turned a switch on. Okay, so let's look at jumping jacks. Let's look at shuffles, going side to side. And then let's look at cross punches, giving the lower body a break. All right, so 3 exercises, 3 very simple ones. So you're gonna be doing 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, and that would be 1 round. And if you look at this, we've got 2 to 3 rounds. So I told you that we were gonna look at putting the strength in with this, because when you're doing high intensity interval training or Tabatas, there's 2 ways to go after each round. You can look at just doing the full rest amount that you did for your interval, or the other thing that you can do, because we only have so much time for classes, is looking at doing a strength portion in between the rounds. And that's what I'm going to plan to do on this week. So I'm going to do 1 round of cardio. This is going to be my first round. And then I'm going to do a set of strength, which we already have laid out based on those weeks. And then we're going to look at doing that 2 to 3 times. So there's your first week. So let's look at the second week. The second week, I'm actually going to plan on doing a Tabata. The time goes by so fast. Let me just show you this real quick, and I'll show you where we're planning this out. So Tabata, based on our chart, we're looking at 2 to 3 rounds. So I'm going to put 3 circles here looking at my Tabatas. I'm not going to change up too many moves. I want them to do something they're already familiar with. So the first round of Tabata, we're going to do jumping jacks, and we're going to do shuffles. And like I told you before, you can put a rest period between here, or you can use some strength. So I am going to put a strength set in between my Tabatas. The second round of Tabata, I'm also going to do something familiar, but then I'm also going to introduce 1 new exercise. So we're going to do cross punches, because they're familiar with it. And then I'm going to do high knees. And then we have another set of strength. So the last set of Tabata, I told you I was only going to introduce 1 new exercise for them this week, right? So the third set of Tabata, I'm going to use the exercises from the first 2 Tabatas. So we're going to do those same 4. And there's your second week of HIIT Tabata workouts. See, it doesn't have to be too hard, but there is definitely planning in the system. And so within 2 more minutes, or actually 4 more minutes, I would have this all worked out as far as my 2020s worked out. What is this? Oh, games planned out here for those couple of weeks. And I would also do the circuits. And these circuits are going to be based on the movements that you're using up here, because you don't want to change too much, right? And then also the strength that I already have planned out. So that is only a tiny bit of what we are doing, but hopefully you can see how it's kind of an easy flow, and also something they can use months and months, as far as classes. So there's a tiny bit of it, and so I'm so excited, because I know that this has helped me a lot when I was taught these things in my beginning careers, and I think it will help a lot of the instructors that are just new to it, or they don't have time to plan it, or they have trouble each week getting the classes prepared. So let me know what you think, and I can also send those handouts to you guys of those charts that we have going on. All right, well, have a good day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. If I'm sitting here, how's my head? Okay, sounds good. Why did you just shut up? Okay, we're gonna do this one more time. Yeah, we gotta do that again. Sorry. Take 2. Program design. Sorry, my dog's moving. Oh, better win the thing. Doggone it. Ha ha ha.